This video was recorded on a Tuesday. No, not really. Anyways, so how's everyone doing today? I keep asking that behind the screen, and I'm gonna pretend like you say great because I think I heard you say great. So, as you all know, their personalities involve many other different things. The shadow and the higher self and the ego. Those are three aspects of your identity, if you will, and all the planes of existence. And we're looking now at that shadow aspect as something that can't necessarily be locked away forever. It has to be integrated into your personality. As you can tell, I've been holding back pretty much. Some of it times have been robotic, but I've been holding back some of my personality because let's be real. An aspect. Look, I'm too charismatic. Look at me. Look at this face. Look at this face. I'm too charismatic. So, as y'all all know, I love all y'all. If you know me personally, like I'm stupid funny. You catch me in public, you'd be like, I don't know whether he's beautiful or ugly. It looks like he's both. So, you look at me and you can tell that I'm a funny guy. For the most part, I just yeah. So for this one, I'm gonna save the humor, things like that, because we're gonna talk about more of the spiritual aspects, the angels and the demons type. Of, we're basically going to beyond, to infinity and beyond. Well, infinity and below, but we're talking about these things as more of a mental interference to your capabilities as a being, sort of like as we're looking at what you are naked is pretty much love and light. Well, pretty much light. We're connecting it and saying that the flesh is sort of like the clothes that Adam and Eve had to put on because that was the shame they felt. Because look, you are naked when you have what? Pretty much that light. That light is just pure. Again, you don't have to worry about the sinning and things like that. That light that you shine, that connectedness that you have with other people, basically, it's the communion. That's the breaking bread in most senses. Because really, that unity, togetherness is even greater than obedience. We talk about obedience, but the unity, togetherness is something that's going to be underrated. But it's something that most people won't get until pretty much last. Because, let's be real, the world is not built on togetherness. So it's just like what are we gonna be together about? It's like we don't have to be together by anything. We can just love each other. So it's gonna be very hard to do. I know, very hard to do, but eventually, like it should be, it should be there, because I know a lot of you just you wanna be accepted, you wanna be loved, you wanna have the truth, you wanna just, but really don't care about it. Don't care about it being loved, being accepted. It's more about giving the love, not necessarily receiving it. Because in life, it's sort of like when this light shining on you. That light is grace. People are graced to have this light shining on the unjust and the just. Like that light that shines on you is a blessing. To have that light every single day is a blessing. So there's always, again, the night. We're looking at the sunset. We're looking at the set. For every rising, there's a set. Because the sun goes down and then night comes and all kinds of, things break loose in the night. Like, sort of what you receive is what you receive. But I'm saying we know for everything that happens again, we're saying these spirits do like to come out at night. Most of the spirits we know, the sun is just so powerful. But when the night comes again, they have a field day. So even in the winter seasons, again, they like those celebrations like the Saturnalius type stuff. It was based off of these spirits being conjured up around these times again when the sun is probably not, it was more diminished, but again, we're probably gonna have a more sun-based winter. But okay, we'll get some snow in there. Maybe what, we can get some snow in there. Yeah, I feel we can get some snow somehow. So I'll worry about it. So, anyways, I'm saying this. I'm saying this. Uh, there's not really much you have to know about angels and demons other than the effect they have on your mind. So you have to look at who you are. You're really a divine being. You have divine nature. When I say the word archons again, it's the beings in the planets. We're looking at people say Martians, people say all these other things, but the beings is basically based off of their density, how they can sort of change their reality, if you will. So four dimensional beings have a fourth density. Basically, they can travel through time, pretty much like in weird ways. They're not really like us because the density, again, you wouldn't be able to see them. Where I use the word ethereal, I mean they'd be unseen, but in a spiritual sense, we're talking about these beings being connected even to a planet or something like that is an archon. So we're gonna say those types of beings are like leeches or parasites to your health and your well-being. But for pretty much all of you, you are divine in nature. Your potential is limitless. I'm trying to tell you that you were created with power, love, and a sound mind. That means more than you know. In fact, these was it Markabas or whatever? They actually change densities for human beings, pretty much. I mean, we're not even watching Pantheras, but the thing is, human nature is very, very powerful. Their emotion, energy, emotion, things branching out, things like that, is very powerful. So again, if you see a lot of the riots, things like that, those things are like field days for these spirits because energy is the most powerful tool that they use. Emotion, energy, emotion is the most powerful tool that a spirit can use. So if it has the emotion, it can get stronger. So that's really even what creates it from the mind, because you can take that emotion from the mind, and when it's stored in there but it vibrates a lot, it's activated, if you will, it starts to branch out. So that's what these spirits are, that's what these powers are. They're really based off of what's stored in the brain. These hemispheres in the brain. You got the limbic here, the frontal here, parietal here, the temporal here, the occipital, and then the limbic in the middle. So, I mean, it's a lot of functioning in the lobes in the brain. Like, it's a lot of stuff going on. So, it's crazy, but it matches really that universe I was saying. So, this entire grid, if you will, I'm saying it's not necessarily out of your control. There's nothing out of your control, but it's just what you choose to see. Because love is blind again. Because again, most of us have to blind ourselves to the truth of the world we see. You go to some places in Africa, you go to some places in Asia, in Europe, in America. There's a poverty. South America as well. Pretty much every country, every continent you can go to, every continent you can find someone who's actually living in a box or living under a bridge or living in a bad situation. But the reason why some of them are able to find some happiness is because they really do have what you got on their side. Internally, because your financial situation doesn't confirm your relationship with the Most High. A lot of those people actually have a close relationship with the Most High than people over here, and they have all the money and things like that. So that's the mindfulness we're talking about. That's the thing we're talking about. Don't let all the love that you have, the self-love that you have, make you go blind to the world. And then you also don't want to go too sing, because I see you too much. If I see too much, I wouldn't love you. Like, if I see you too much, I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm not gonna see as much because I just have to go. And I don't want to use the word. I'm gonna be careful the words I say, but I'm saying, I'm just gonna close my eyes because I'll be real. I love y'all so much. Look, nothing really can hurt me because I have so much self-love. But the idea was, I've been showing you on the screen self-hate. So the reason why Christ says I must decrease so you can increase to his disciples is because it's the level of understanding to where you're going to have to go down, because that polarity, like I said, what you're going to see, you're going to sort of try to want the opposite. You're going to want to be the opposite because, hey, no one wants to be as low as Christ went on the cross. But somebody has to do it. Look, you say, oh, he can be the only one. But look, there are people suffering right now for no reason. They still love the Lord more than you do. So, That's actually very powerful of a statement because we're looking now at everything we have. You can't feel bad about what you have. You can't say, "Oh, I'm going to eat more because someone else is starving." No, you just have to give. And really, what he requires, the Most High requires, is that you give everything that you have, pretty much, because you're not going to give out of abundance. Um, so pretty much, even what I'm saying now, what this is doing is just to teach you that is to teach you how to fish. You know how to make manna from heaven, because that's really how you find the abundance. Because again, if someone gives you $1 million, which would be better, how to learn how to make $1 million or how to get $1 million? I mean, pretty much, I'm trying to explain that you can get the money any way you can, but it's just how you get it, how you can help the people and stay helping them. Because again, if you give it everything you got, it's only one time, but the heart is definitely in there. So you teach people how to fish. That's better than giving them fish, in a sense, but all depending on the people you're giving it to. So again, you don't want, again, and that's what Christ did. He didn't give people the ability to kind of feed themselves for a time, because again, they might have used it for the wrong means. But like I've been saying, like with this whole thing I've been doing, it's just to say that we can do more than you think we can, like in this world. Like, you're a divine being. Essentially, what archons or a demon tries to do, or even maybe a fallen angel might try to do, is just limit your potential, or even just say divert from God. Because look, your faith and your faithfulness shouldn't waver. I mean, if you have no faithfulness, you'll have faith. If you have no faith, you have faithfulness. But if you don't have both, I'll teach you the difference. Because faith is just, you weren't faithful before, like you're not really committed, like in the practice, but you have faith that you'll be saved. That's something that can save you by way of the New Testament, again, for a Gentile. But the faithfulness, again, a lot of the Jews in the Old Testament, people who practice Judaism, they're faithful and they believe, their Creator, they'll be committed to Him, because they're very faithful. They'll do whatever their Creator said to do, and they'll do it. But have both is tremendous. But have none of it, again, that's the hot cold. Because look, God still, He tries to save people. He tries to reach out, and oftentimes, even if they reject Him, it's like whatever. But the good thing about it is, it's like one day you realize that you are Him, or if I want to say that you are, He is you. Okay, He is you. You're not Him. I forgot to say it. Because the reason why I'm saying is because you have to understand the principles of what all is. The all is like everything which it is not. It's none and everything at the same time. This is the part where I get a little bit crazy, because imagine being something that you are and something that you're not at the same time. So He said, "I am that I am" was the great I am. There are levels. But being, again, all is something where you can say everything that you are, everything you are not. Because again, both good and evil, and that you're not good, not evil. It's like it's beyond your duality, because it's going in and out. But it's being nothing at all, because that is what the all stands for. When you understand what that means, that's another level. To be a beast, not a beast. Like, what he was, what he became, to even be what he was for a time. The fact that we even exist for a time is definitely to contradict itself. The below and the above, they break their own laws. First heaven, second heaven, third heaven. We're looking at the first heaven, again, is this earth. But then the atmosphere, pretty much, the universe pretty much is like the second heaven. Which some people would qualify as hell, but it all depends on the rulers. Pretty much, most of them are evil, but we're evil. We're more evil than some of the rulers. Like, to be honest, going past it, in the shadow aspects, again, even integrating some of the shadow aspects, because you have to in this world. But I was explaining, again, in the third heaven is through the Son. You're looking now. On the way to see the Father is through the Son. Seeing the Son, you've seen the Father. Going through that, they're incarnations of these planetary beings, if you will, and their energies. So, being star seeds, it's something where, if you have your mindset on what the all is, you can accomplish pretty much anything. Yeah, because it's not limited to your church or jurisdiction, or what people say you can be, it's beyond pretty much anything you've ever experienced. So, not to say again, you can go past again what I just said, because when I'm talking about the all, when we're talking about God, we're talking about the Most High, we're talking about these generalizations of a term. But you and I, we're looking at each other, everything around. We are written in a book, basically. If I was a character and I say I am the book, would it be wrong? Would it be true? If I'm written inside of the book, I'm like a letter, I'm like a word inside the book. Yeah. I mean, pretty much I can't say I am the book, but I am in the book. I am a part of it. So when they say the all is me, that's the book is me, or the book is the letter. Basically, it's saying generalization terms saying like this part of my being is in this book. That's who you are as a part of the all. You are a part of it. So I think we just went to the end of the video. But again, reason why I didn't want to teach you too much about the angels and the demons, because I don't want to worry you, because there's no way you can probably face this stuff. But just to be aware of who you are. Because again, some of y'all are like at another level. Like it's in your DNA sometimes, but just yeah, I mean don't be lazy. I'll say it, because really, a lot of these spirits, again, they control things like laziness, gluttony. I mean, I mean, even by a name, we say Sabbath, but also it's a very close abbreviation, Sabbath. That means a god of sloth or whatever. But I mean, I'm saying there are the name activations. But if you can say archangels' names, pretty much Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael, I'll say that, because again, you even say a name of one of these archangels, like some of these demons will be gone immediately. You say any like yeah, I mean those are the big four, but again there are probably more. But I probably won't name them all, I'm trying to say. But the idea is, again, people have been putting different types of spins on this stuff in other regions of their areas again. But I was explaining that this is sort of like the source of all the creations, from the moon to the sun to earth. This is why they're sort of at the center of a few things. But other planets are as important because there are densities of the beings on different planets. You can't see them as ethereal, but they have powers. All the Sky Fathers pretty much live in Jupiter. We look at the Odin, even Thor, the son of Odin, and we look at Marduk. We even go to Zeus. So there's a lot of that powerful lightning, the lightning beings being thrown at the center of Jupiter, the clouds of Jupiter, pretty much that spin. They have the asteroid belt near Jupiter. I mean, literally, it's literally like a battle line, because those asteroids. So again, it's sort of like that side versus this side. We're looking at the Saturn and Jupiter, because again, Saturn is also a very powerful planet. Look at where it orbits. I mean, these are essentially, even the moon is Titan, so it's a pretty big moon. It's pretty big. I mean, there are a lot of even planets coming into our solar system, like the sun. Like, there's a lot of things that happen this very year. So again, you hear about the asteroid again in November, but it's going to be the size of a refrigerator. It's not going to be anything crucial. But I'm saying the asteroid belt is near Jupiter. That's only the thing I'm talking about. But besides that, it's a pretty great year again for transformation, transition. I mean, you're basically becoming a better being before our very eyes. Like, that's insane. So again, I'm gonna start showing a little bit more of the shadow aspect, only because, again, is when I said the polarities, we got to look at the nature of our being. If someone else, again, if you go low, someone might get too high. Like I was probably too low, but somebody else got too high. So if I just mellow it out a little bit, maybe the things will be shifting evenly. because I know there's somewhere there's an imbalance. In all of us there's an imbalance. So I'll see everybody later. Peace. God bless everybody.